So while the tariffs on Mexico and Canada, the 25% tariffs on those countries are on pause for 30 days, a 10% tariff on Chinese products took effect at midnight. What exactly are tariffs and who pays for them? I sat down with the Port of Seattle Commissioner Sam Cho, who explains it's not the foreign countries who pay these taxes, despite what the president has claimed.
The tariffs are assessed when the goods enter the port, literally when they get to the Port of Seattle. The Customs and Border Patrol agents are the ones who inspect the goods and then slap the tariffs and assess the tariffs on the goods. And so it's actually the domestic importers who are paying the tariffs, which is why people are afraid that tariffs are going to cause tremendous inflation.
Commissioner Cho, who's also the founder of an international trading company, says companies like Amazon, Walmart, and Costco will be the ones who will foot the bill for these tariffs, and they will pass that cost on to consumers. The tariffs would also likely lead to a lower volume of goods coming into the Port of Seattle, affecting people's livelihoods.
I mean, I can just tell you right now, the longshoremen who work the docks every day depend on volume, literally the number of containers that come through these ports, and if the volume dips, then jobs are lost.
40% of our jobs in the state depend on international trade. If Mexico and Canada impose retaliatory tariffs on American goods, just like China did, that could have a significant impact on our state's economy. Canada, by the way, is Washington's #1 export market, with fish, seafood, and apples topping the list. Now, there's a possibility that in the next week or so, President Trump could be meeting with Chinese President Xi Jinping. They could reach a deal. Their tariffs are not supposed to go into effect until next Monday, so potentially that could also be put on hold if those talks come to a deal.
And China, relationships with China, obviously different than Mexico and Canada. Our two countries just so, butting heads right now in so many different levels.
The relationship is already fragile,
yeah.
So obviously that could potentially further, create tension between the U.S. and China. And we'll have to see the impact, I think, it will have on consumers, not only consumers, but as Commissioner Cho mentioned, workers as well. There's a lot of people who would be affected by this.
Well, the amount of oil that we import from Canada, having a tariff on that could affect gas prices. And I'm thinking about aerospace too, maybe all the sheet metal. Think of the amount of metal that Boeing uses, imported up from Mexico. The amount of costs going to consumers is, like you said, you're going to feel
everyday goods at the grocery
every day.
store, things that you probably don't even realize. You'll start to realize how many things actually come from other countries.
Well, very soon too, you expect we'll feel it. In a few weeks, you've got to start feeling that trickle down.
Yeah.
All right.